Hey, Roslynn, back at you. And I hope everybody is doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family, just thank you so much for the love and support. We're all going through these crazy changes where it is really just throwing us all out the game. So, much love to you. Healing vibes, whatever kind of vibes you're needing, I'm sending those straight towards you with love and light. So, with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, welcome. It's so good to have you. And if you been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when your girl's about to upload her next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback to the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacted your life and heading you towards a positive direction. And if you feel like the videos are informative to you, give you good vibes, inspiration that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or friend, or even a fellow empath that are going through trying times at the moment and needing spiritual guidance or just needing confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give your girl a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support. It's so greatly appreciated. And I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And the channel I'm using today is called NRG8, was it musical therapy? And the music I'm using in the background is called Boost Your Aura, strengthen energy field, raise the vibration in 528 hertz. And I will post their information in the description box below. And the video I'm doing today is called Twin Flame 101. Heyokas, your growth of light is disrupting the sleepers. Keep on shining. It is. Oh my gosh. There is so much energy clashing right now. It's not even funny. As soon as I said that, I got like major chills. Um, we're all working hard to heal from the things that are taking place in our life, whether it's, old wounds that has carried us off from the things we have suppressed for so many years, abuse, whatever kind of abuse you went through, any trauma that you're trying to allow yourself to break free from, is going through a massive rate right now. And it's affecting so many people in so many different ways. Um, and it is just like you have to allow yourself, you feel something different that's growing inside of you. It's just like the more you transmute it just feels like, it just, let me see, it just gives off a lot of different traits. Like you could be thinking something and all of a sudden all your hairs, just fly up, from like your top of your head to, your tips. Is like I could say something or I could be thinking something, and I try to, when it starts to become negative, I try to push out a positive out of it, because I'm dealing with so much. Who isn't not dealing with it so much? You're trying to allow yourself to maintain a positive vibe. You're trying to allow yourself not to allow somebody's negativity disrupt your flow, and it's just like it is what it is type thing. But it's like you're with your light, you're starting to recognize your worth in so many different ways. And I'm not trying to insult anybody saying that you didn't recognize your worth before, but it's like, sometimes we have carried our gifts for so long, and then when things are starting to push out, we're like, oh, am I thinking something? Is this fear based? Or am I, is it making sense to anybody? Or heck, are they going to understand me? And it's just like you're becoming that person where you're not allowing yourself to detach. You're allowing yourself to detach from things. They may be a little shaky. Allowing yourself to know your worth through thick and thin. There's a lot of times where, I made decisions based on wanting people in my life, and I was jeopardizing my happiness. I was jeopardizing my self-respect, my love for myself. Anytime somebody's wanting you to, belittle yourself, or, not even put your feelings or your love towards self and consideration, those are the things that you really need to distance yourself from. So it's just like the more you speak your piece, it just seems like somebody's getting clashed with it. I've been going through this, on and off, for years, but it just seems like, since I'm allowing myself to open up towards different people and different platforms, somebody's having something negative. And I'm just like, hey, I love corrective criticism, but it's all about how you present it to me. I've always been that person. I don't mind that. If I know it's going to bring growth to my life, or it's going to broaden, what I'm doing, and add more love or positivity towards, that weight of, transformation within change, I'm all here for it. But it's all about how you come at people, with everything that's going on. It just feels like some people are there and they're very encouraging, they're very supportive, because they can understand what you're going through. They may be going through the same things, but there's also a lot of people that are disruptive about you and your change, about you and your views. Some people get envious of those things because you're speaking your truth. I've seen people at their worst, and I also seen people at their best. And it's just like when people are coming up to me and saying certain things, well, not coming up to me, because I just feel like sometimes I gotta laugh at a lot of things that's taking place, because it's like these people got so much stuff to say, but will you have that same kind of energy if you see me in my face? I can't deal with thug texting, because it's like I'm that type of person. Let your bite carry that same weight as your bark. Your bite and your bark, and all those things got to come up to the same level. And a lot of people appreciate the truth that I've sent out. It's just like now, before I was using, like, my Facebook is my Facebook and my YouTube is my YouTube. But now the way universe got me going, they're like making me push my videos out on social, different social media sites. And I'm just like, oh, you open yourself up to a lot of different energy. But there's a lot of people that truly appreciate what I'm talking about, because there's a lot of people that can resonate with the things that I'm talking about. And that's what I love. And it's just like when when people are coming at you and trying to trigger you with negativity, that lets you know, obviously, what you're doing is disrupting them. And I said, you know what, that your Heyoka vibes are really like, rubbing people the wrong way. Even if you speak your truth. Now I can see if you're being disrespectful. God dog, I can't talk today. Disrespectful, or you coming out bashing somebody. Yeah, you shouldn't be doing that. But it is just like you're being tested right now. All the old is being detoxed out. You're going through detoxing. You're going through a lot of purging, and it's having different side effects towards other people. I know when I got ready to redo this video, I'm like, what word am I looking for? It has crazy side effects. You start getting tremors. You start getting hot and cold flashes. You may get sick to the stomach. Your digestive tract may be, make you feel like you got the bubble guts, TMI. But I'm just saying there's a lot of different people. I'm just like, and I feel it like, or you're going through these different things, and it's bringing a lot of, it's giving you a lot of crazy ailments where, this ain't the right time for you to be, having flu-like symptoms, especially with the COVID thing going on right now. And it's a lot of different things that are taking place through this transition. And it's just like, a lot of times when we're going through different changes and within our gifts, we don't feel like, there's sometimes we're not really confident in it. And I've been there. I'm just like, these are the visions that I'm coming up with, from the universe. So I'm hoping what I'm talking about is something that people can understand. And it's just like I had to allow myself to know there's certain people are just not going to get you, and there are certain people who are going to get confused and they're just not going to understand. But there's going to be so many people like, ooh, you're giving me chills. You're telling my own personal story. I hear that so much. People are like, Roslynn, it feels like you're directing that video towards me. And it's just like I do a heavy meditation before I start doing videos, and I ask the universe, can you allow me to shed light on the things that people really truly need to hear, to give them that confirmation, to let them know you're going through a lot of transition. You're becoming a person that has not been here yet. A lot of people want to go back to normal. You're number one, you're not normal. And there is nothing normal about us. People may call you freak, or or weird and stuff like that. And that's actually a compliment, because that's letting you know they never ran up on a person like you. So, I feel somebody where, I've seen in different platforms where people are like, somebody called me a freak and that really made me cry. And I mean, it's just like, I understand people can be very cruel. you know. And it's just like we got that magnet for people that want to be a-holes, you know. They want to be able to justify themselves by, you know, placing their insecurities on you. And you know, and it's just like I say what I gotta say, and I don't try to come out, you know. I try, I'm gonna say it like that. I try not to hit below the belt with people, you know, even though I don't really do that, because I really seen the change within me, because the old Roslynn would have let you have it like every way around and really wouldn't have cared. You know, I used to purposely go out and hurt people, and I was, you know, I had my little narcissistic ways, and it's just like I had to go through that change. I had to allow myself to see those, you know, I had to allow myself to forgive myself for what I placed on other people, because there's times I intentionally hurt people, and there's times I, you know, accidentally did it, you know, and I had to make peace with that. So it's like when people come back and say I'm doing this and this and that, I'm like, look, I done made peace with everything that I've gone through. You know, I'm still healing from things that's been taken on to me, because that was some deep rooted stuff that I was going through. And you know, that's not, you know, people been with me for a long time, they would know the things that I've been through. And that was a hard trauma. It's like a trauma pill that was hard for me to digest. So I'm taking that day by day. But everybody is not going to agree with you. Everybody is not going to go with you when it comes to certain things in your life. Some people, when you start showing their truth, a lot of people are not liking themselves. So when they do that, they're placing that on you, and it makes you like, dang, you know, is there something wrong with me? You know, is this that, you know, you'll start thinking, you know, you're second guessing yourself, and you should never do that. We're all going through different changes, where people, you're gonna have to just step out of the way. Because I know there was this girl, well, this lady, that is, you know, it's like we're on the same wavelength. Is like she does hers within statements and stuff like that, and place, you know, her stuff on you know, on Facebook and stuff like that. I don't know if she has like a YouTube channel or whatever, but it was like, dang, the thing she was talking about was like a cosmic portal that is opening up, and it has opened up for millions and millions of years. And when it's doing that, it's making you go through all these things where the energy is like really powerful. It's very heavy. And it is like you know, a lot of times we went against our change, and we try to understand why is things so hard. Why am I, you know, why do I feel lost in some kind of way? And it's just like a lot of times it's not you being lost, but a lot of times you're having to make these, you know, these decisions that may, you know, break your heart on certain things, but these are the things that's going to enrich your soul and heal that, you know. And a lot of times we got to make those, you know, those decisions to stop thinking the same old way, you know, stop trying to go back to what, how things used to be before you found out who you really were, before you found out you were on, you know, before you got on your spiritual path. I'm like, why would you want to go back to the old? You know, you have to be able to upgrade yourself. You know, why stay in old ways when you're trying to open up new things? You just can't do that. You know, your light is shining bright, you know, to that point where people won't have to put on some sun visors just so that, you know, pull down them sun visors just so they can see you. But you know, when you are dealing with people that are not spiritually woke, they are like dead sleep. Even when you're dealing with other empaths, there's going to be certain times that they're going to really, you're all everything except the child of God, the name your mama gave you. And you have to allow yourself to don't even stoop to their level. You can say something, but you can allow somebody to say, hey, we can talk all day, but that disrespectfulness, it's not going to fly with me. It's all about how you talk to people. I don't want anybody talking at me. I don't want nobody talking down to me. That's what the problem with the world is today. People feel like, you know, their lives is more important than that person's life, or you feel like since you know, it's like black against whites or whatever is going on, that gives you an entitlement for you to speak towards other people that way. And that's where the closed mindedness come in, that where you need to really just step back and just allow yourself to say, you know, say what you got to say, but don't allow yourself to waste your energy or your thoughts on that person or those people. And I had to really allow myself, I had to check myself like, hey, you see what's going on. You know, there's a lot of people that are okay with that, but when you speak your truth and they feel like they feel that light, that you hold a very strong energy, some people get scared of that, like, whoa, what's that? I ain't never felt something like that before. Or let me go ahead and dumb them down real quick. Let me tell them to water themselves down because I don't like what the truth that they're talking about. I like how things used to be. I don't like change. You know, I'm going against it, and that's fine. Allow them to do that. Okay, because it's like you gonna wreak havoc on your life. You're gonna be very imbalanced because you're not allowing yourself to let change take place. And I had to tell myself that because it's like when I feel like when I'm dealing with change, a lot of times you're being tested by how you're getting, you're bumping heads with certain people. There's people that you cared about is just straight up turning their back on you, make you feel like you're abandoned, or they're treating you some kind of way like, oh, I know you just don't woke up on the stupid side, didn't you, because you come at me. They don't came at you in the wrong way. It made me think about it was a meme they had with Beyonce on it. It was like, I don't know what kind of GPS can that brought you here, but you need to reroute your ass because don't do that. And it's been, I love the fact is I can get people that really truly support me. I admire the ones that are going against me because that lets me know, girl, you got something very powerful that you're speaking on. And some people are going, you just going to rub them straight the wrong way because they feel like, oh, I should have been the one that came up with this, or what makes her think she know everything, you know, or, she thinks she knows this or whatever. She's trying to think highly of herself, or she's being, you can say whatever you want to say about me, but if I'm not seeing, it's how I validate myself, how I see myself. I see myself going through a transformation. I see myself for all the things that I've, endured in my life that gave me strength beyond all recognition that I wasn't even allowing myself to give myself credit for. And you have to be able to do that. You know what you've been through, you know what you have overcome. But a lot of times we stay focused on that negative, where we need to allow ourselves to see that these are the things you endured, because it's allowing you to tear away from those old faucets of where anybody has molded you to be. Anybody wanted to see you, they every time they seen you is that they were talking about themselves. With you being a Heyoka, there's gonna be a lot of people that you're just gonna trigger anyway. So it's like how they feel about you is how they really feel about themselves. They can't sit up here and bash themselves. Well, they probably do, but they feel more entitled when they can push it off to somebody else. You have to allow yourself to not get into that circle of drama like that. We're all going through different things. Everything is trying to show you face value right now for truth. And you're seeing the wickedness in the world. You're also seeing a lot of peace and love in this world too. How I see the world is going through a change. I want to say, oh, everybody's crazy. Yeah, there's some chaos going on because change is taking place. Things are getting heavy on folks to where they have to retaliate in some kind of crazy way because they don't want to allow themselves to really see things for what they truly are, not allowing themselves to acknowledge what has hurt them, what has kept them at a low frequency, what has kept them in that negative, life, what has kept them as being narcissists, what has kept them being sociopaths, psychopaths, whatever, low level people. you know and we're seeing that nobody can't hide behind paying somebody to make things disappear, because sooner or later that stuff starts to come up. So with you going through all these crazy changes in your life, is brightening your light. You're allowing yourself to see that, because a lot of times we feel like we're stuck in the darkness, and it's all psychological. That you're not stuck somewhere. It's just when you're not. And I had to tell myself that it's just like you're not stuck anywhere. You know what things you have to do for things to change for you. You can't think in a negative way and go towards things with a negative energy and expect a positive outcome. It's just not going to open new doors for you when you do that. And I have to remind myself of that because there's so many things that I'm dealing with. I'm fighting my own demons here. I'm going through my own transition, but I'm also trying to help others as well, which can be a lot on me. And I tell people I love helping you, because I knew what it felt like when before I started doing my videos. I didn't really have anybody physically to talk to. I had my spiritual beings, my guides, my family that has passed over, friends that have passed over. They were guiding me towards my purpose, allowing me to be able to reflect upon my mission of helping other people see their stuff for what they truly are. A lot of us has been through a lot of hell. When you have really thought you have gone through things, it's just like people are opening up their, and telling me what they went through, and it breaks my heart for them to tell me that. And I said right there, when you have really endured some things, and we have really endured some very dark situations in our life, and if you're still here, that means you're really strong. You just, when we see those things that we went through, and a lot of times it's hard for you to, your heart and your mind go against each other sometimes, and it will make you think about all the negative things you have gone through, what people have done to really hurt you. But those are the things that helped you grow. you know, when you know what it felt like to go through certain things. You want, when you're connecting with other people, you want to help them because you knew what being in that low level frequency of darkness, to where you felt like you were drowning in your own pain. And yes, at times you really do that. I do that in my times, because there's times where I feel like spiritually drained. I feel psychologically drained, mentally drained, physically, emotionally, all these different things. Because when you are trying so hard to be positive, you're trying so hard to stay above water, you're trying so hard not to allow, other people and their evil doings towards you to bring you down to that level of how they want you to be. Because a lot of people are praying for your downfall. A lot of people are praying that you don't, overcome the things that's been placed on you. They're praying that you don't acknowledge what they see within you, that they're trying to dumb you down for. And I said that in my other video. They are scared. You're going to discover yourself and the truth that you hold, the strength that you hold, because you have gone through so many things, and you're still trying your best to express love towards people, even though you have not really had that growing up, or you had certain people, if you didn't have those abusive family members or whatever. There's some people that didn't have those abusive family members, but they went through a lot growing up and going to school. I used to hate seeing people get picked on because they were different, or people laughing at them because they couldn't afford the best clothes. You never know what that child is going through. Somebody trips you down, you don't know, they may be getting a head socked into the wall, when they're home, and you're sitting up here teasing somebody for something that they have no control over. And I used to hate stuff like that. So, I'm allowing myself to see my worth, all the time. I go through my certain issues with my life, and I had to allow myself to reset, allow myself, even though there's so many things that has taken place in your life, and there are so many things that has not been shed light on from people doing things in the darkness, I can't allow myself to stay focused on that. And I have to tell myself that at times, like, don't stay focused on that. Stay focused on the transition you're going. Stay focused on what beautiful outcome you're going to have. Seeing how your experiences of things that you done told other people have uplifted them in the most beautiful way. We don't realize sometimes our tragedy becomes somebody else's blessing, because they know that they're not alone. There's times where y'all don't see me just straight cry on here, because I had to allow myself for others to see me, because it's like, it's already showing strength when you're allowing people into your personal life. You're showing your flaws. You're saying what went through, the things you went through. It hasn't been easy for me, because especially when people see, my truth. A lot of people have turned their back on me when they have, they found out what, brought me here. They found out who I'm related to, and then it became a trigger for other people. But there's also, just from what I went through, I got a lot of people that I felt blessed just for having in my life, even the negative ones, because it allowed me to know, no matter what, your truth, the things you've gone through. There's a lot of people that won't be able to relate to the certain things. They may be related to the abuse which you went through, but your personal downright personal situation. There may not be a lot of people that can agree with that, not agree, but relate to that. So that takes strength right there, because you're allowing yourself to be open towards judgment. But it was just like, I had to learn, validate yourself. There are going to be sometimes people are going to be at you negative. There are going to be some times that people are going to be at you positive. But you have to appreciate them both, because doing what I do, you have to have that tough skin. I tell anybody, they're like, Roslynn, I want to do my videos. I want to start a channel, but I don't want to be judged. That's when you get, when you get to do videos, you're allowing yourself to sit in your truth. Regardless, there's always going to be somebody that's going to hate on you. There's always going to be somebody who's going to throw shade on you. There's going to be always going to be somebody who's going to second guess you, that they want to do it so bad they want you to second guess themselves. You to second guess yourself. But that's what you're opening yourself up to. But these are the ways you become stronger, because a lot of people can point out fingers about every flaw about yours, become, Ray Charles, to the things that they got going on. People be sweeping, throwing stones while they're living in glass houses. And you can't allow those things to stop you from your growth. You can't allow those things to, place your focus on that. Allow yourself to know, dag, if I'm really pulling them out their element of uncomfortness to where they want to lash out at me, obviously I must be doing something very good, because a lot of people don't like it when you're doing good. A lot of people are comfortable with you masking yourself. I feel good in my truth suit. It may be flawed, but it's mine and it's real, and I don't care. I've always, kept myself boxed in, because when I went through my things, I was told people are going to think you're crazy. People are going to, not going to believe you, all those different things. And I'm just like, I don't give a damn. You either like me or you don't. It doesn't matter. You either believe me or you don't. But I'm allowing myself to shed my light. I'm allowing myself to reflect and project that. If that's somebody else's problem, hey, there's something that you need to heal with. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm still doing mine, but I'm allowing my truth to be shown. I'm allowing my strength to be shown, because I'm allowing myself to be open to tell you about my experiences, telling you about the things that I went through, tell you about the things that I've overcome, telling you about the things that I deal with, you know, and being able to appreciate that transformation within itself, because it's teaching the value of love for myself. It's teaching the value of respect for myself, because there's so many people around here that wants to stereotype people, or they feel like they're entitled to talk to people a certain kind of way, and the people that they're talking to that way, they think that they're entitled to do that, but they're not going to, you know understand the repercussions they may have coming back. And it's either your choice to allow yourself to, let somebody scare you about that and then draw back, or you can allow yourself to stand in your truth and say, hey, we can discuss anything all day, but you're not going to disrespect me. You're not going to call me out my name, or you're not going to, insult me. But we can have discussions. I don't want to do debates. I don't want to argue, but we all have our choice on different views. We can always agree to disagree, but allow yourself to, stay in your element of truth. Allow yourself to know, if it's not bringing you growth, don't allow yourself to people to do that. I did that this morning. I had to tell myself, don't allow somebody to take you out of your element. That's a blessing, because when people want to start nitpicking about the little stuff, somebody will tell me, oh, you're being illiterate or whatever. It's not about that. I have my own vocabulary. If you can't understand what I'm writing, then obviously it's not for you. But I do my writing a certain way for a reason. You know, and that's mine. Nobody gonna be able to tell me about that. So, that's my truth. And people don't like it. It is what it is. I'm just adding growth to my life. I'm adding blessings towards my life. Those are the things I want to reflect towards other people. Change is taken from me for the better and not for the bitter, but allowing myself to understand those situations is giving me good value of lessons to take along my way. And you should do the same thing too. So I hope you were able to resonate with the content of this video. I want to give a big shout out to, you know, um, Jackie Love, much love to you. Thank you for supporting me. It is truly appreciating. Susan Osborne as well, Lydia Bell, Brett, uh, Go Lightly. Who else? Janice Pearl, Teresa Kang, Mimi B, much love to you as well. Who else? Gabriel, much love to you as well too. And I will see you on my next video. Like and subscribe, give me a thumbs up, share, tell somebody about the channel. Drop a line. I would love to give you a post notification shout out. If you want to get in touch with me privately, you want to be able to have a deeper understanding about your spiritual path and your purpose, you can contact me on Facebook Messenger. Just look me up under my name. Let me know, hey, I have a few questions, or I'm curious about, my spiritual path, or I'm connected with you on YouTube. I watch your videos. Let me know. Please don't send thank you or whatever, because when it comes to something short like that, it makes me feel like you don't have good intentions. So, let me know. And anything we talk about is confidential. I can try my best to help you out and give you that understanding, or I can give you information to get you towards the truth of your path. Um, Know that you are truly blessed, highly favored, and forever loved, and knowing there's always somebody out there praying for your better days. And I pray that everything that you're trying to manifest into your life comes 100,000 times more than what you expected, what you asked for, and what you prayed for. And it comes sooner than you expected as well. And through spirit, what is it? Social distancing. Make sure you give out love, light, positivity, prosperity, words, vibes, frequencies. You never know, all those things that really, take somebody a long way. And I'll see y'all in my next video. Much love to you. Peace. Be well.